Good morning. I'm Vijay Bhaskar. I'm going to deal final year production systems subject. So today I'm going to discuss about that maybe first unit. Briefly, I review that maybe course objectives concerned to this production system. They provide the frameworks for the understanding and production and operations management. To develop an understanding of operations management principles, equip, plan, and control activities necessary to run the operations. Theoretical understanding to underpin operational decisions at tactical strategic level. Learn and develop critical understanding of techniques used with the operations like planning, controlling, problem solving, and communication. So these are course objectives. After completion of your course, this course, you are going to just like able to get uh, this knowledge. Okay. We are just overall brief you of overall maybe just like you have an idea of production systems, and you can able to solve that maybe routing and scheduling problems, and recognize what are the major important facilities are existing on that. How can you just like find out the optimal locations? Okay, and aggregate planning concern for the maybe productions. Okay, and project management techniques that you are going to need to apply. Okay, these are the course outcomes, and these are the course outlines. And the syllabi use for this production system is the first unit is concerned the production, and second is productivity and product design and product analysis, and the third unit single facility location model, multi-facility location model, and fifth unit is concerned assembly line balancing, material requirement planning, fourth unit value analysis, aggregate planning, sixth unit project management technique, right? So now we are going to just like start that production management. Let me start that maybe a production systems, the first unit. Okay, so this is the first unit that we are going to be discuss today. Okay, the concepts which we are going to be discussed today here. So the system concept of the production, types of production systems, and what are the and continuous and intermittent productions, and what are the different new techniques, new trends, and new techniques used in that production system? Lean, agile manufacturing, and JIT concept, Kanban systems. So these concepts we are going to discuss in the first unit. Okay. So here let we start with a brief introduction. The production system may be just like familiar with the subject name production and operation management. Production and operation management, right? So in production managers, imagine that an organization, either manufacturing concern or service concern, manufacturing concern or service concern. So the organization have maybe major departments: finance department, production and operations department, and marketing department. Production and operation department, marketing department are there. Okay, so here we know, suppose when you want to start that maybe production, the finance department is concerned for maybe it involves that maybe activities related to the finance. Okay, and production operation means planning of procuring of material and start the manufacturing and dumping it to the maybe stores itself. Okay, marketing department is will be maybe bridge between that maybe production to that maybe customers. Okay, it sell out that maybe all the products which are manufactured inside the industry. Okay, so these are the general departments. So when business operations overlap, definitely, so these are maybe production, operation management, marketing, and finance management which will definitely interrelated. How it is interrelated? Suppose when I want to start that maybe organization, that organization may be just like, first of all we need to just like recruiting that maybe people which are concerned for that maybe HR department. Okay, and the finance and job evaluations and fixation of the salaries and budgeting of the salaries and expenses related to these operations will be concerned to that maybe finance department. Whereas production department, heart of that maybe manufacturing department, it concerned that what the things that we are going to be produced, when we are going to be produced, how we are going to be produced, where we are going to be produced. Okay, so these are general scenario activities which are concerned with the production operation management. So they will, the production operation management involves maybe the planning and procuring of material, and as well as maybe receiving of the material, and just like start the manufacturing process, and sometimes maybe just like maybe importing the sub components, sub assemblies from the outside the industry. They can assemble all the components, and then they'll final product they're ready, just like dump into the market. So the duty of the market department, they can identify what is the need of the customers. Based on the need of the customers, they will maybe give the information to that maybe main organization which is concerned with maybe R&D department, and definitely these are interacting together. Then the production department will going to produce the goods which are maybe required to the customers, which are already I told that. So the necessity mother of invention. Necessity is the mother of invention. Based on the requirement of the customers, we are going to produce it for business purpose. Okay. So that information will be definitely passed by the marketing department. These are the general scenarios existing on. So you can see that maybe just like overall this chart, maybe just like flow diagram, the general flow diagram. So which consisting that maybe production and operation management, which is center. That is already I told that. So it is the heart of that any army manufacturing concern. Heart of the any manufacturing concern. So when you are going to start it, maybe just like what are the activities related, maybe concern maybe particular production department. The production department maybe involves that maybe the location. So it location of facilities. What are the facilities now? Equipments, firefighting equipments, and other special tools are required. So that generally followed by the production operation management. And then plant layout and material handling. Plant layout and material handling. What are the maybe just like based on that maybe product that you are going to be produced. Okay. So first thing is we need to just like find out the right layout for the plant. Okay. So by consideration of that all the facilities, water, transport, as well as maybe availability of that maybe land, availability of facility to that maybe employees, and other aspects, and material handling aspects. How we are going to be transmit the material. If it is a concern to that maybe power plants, how the raw material is coal. Okay, if it is concerned to that maybe making of bolts and nuts, raw material is maybe MS rods. Okay. Then next one is production design. Product design means based on the requirement of the customers. So we just like maybe incorporate that the features. Based on the features, we are going to develop that maybe product design. Maybe just like R&D people, both production people are involved together. Okay. Design for manufacturing, design for selling. Design for manufacturing, design for selling. So design for manufacturing means, so existing by using the existing facilities, we are supposed to be just like producing that maybe that particular product as per expectations. So beyond the facilities, we are not able to plan it. So if you are planning, we are not able to just like reach your targets. So that's why design for manufacturing. What are the facilities we have? Based on that facilities, we are going to design it. That the design can be just like able to convert into the reality form. Okay. And other one is design for selling. Design for selling means once when you are manufacturing, if it is not suitable and satisfied to the customers, definitely the cannot be able to marketable. Okay. So that's why it always concentrate on maybe just like how the what are the interests of that maybe customers. Based on the customer interest, the outlook of the product and maybe general designs will be always maybe just like towards the customer orientation. That's why design for selling, to attracting the customers. Based on that maybe just we can design. Just you can see that maybe so many automobiles, the outside look will be always changed because of the customer taste, right? And other one is process design. The process design. So the process design is concerned. What are the regular activities that we have? Maybe regular activities that we have. So how these regular activities? Maybe just like regular activities. Suppose when I want to making a bolt and nut. Suppose I want to make the bolt and nuts. What are the sequence of operations? Maybe first pick up the raw material from the stores and load the raw material in the machine itself. Okay. First start the freezing operation, then turning operation, right? And after that maybe, so turning operation also one stage is not possible, maybe 2 or 3 stages. Then threading operation, knurling operation, then cutting, maybe just like parting operation. So like that, different process will be carried out. So these processes are maybe just like targeted towards that maybe what type of product that you are going to produce. What are the operations that you are required? Okay. So based on that operations that we are going to plan. Okay. So here production planning and control. So we are going to just like start that maybe production planning. how much material we are going to procure, when you are going to start that maybe the production, and what is that maybe target capacity of the first machine, how many practically how many units it can able to produce it, how many units it can be able to produce it, and when they are exactly can be finish the first operation, and when it is sometimes it is delayed just because of maybe mission problem or maybe operators problem. So that should be controlled, whether these production plan control, maybe proper planning and scheduling, which can avoid the bottlenecks or breakdowns in the production or delays in that maybe production. Okay. After that, maybe product is ready. The quality control. Quality control means, so what purpose you are going to be produce the product. So whether the product is reached the 100% expectations or not, that we need to check in the quality control. Because if you are producing the refrigerator, which is the purpose is cooling purpose. Okay. Instead of cooling, it is heating that maybe water. Then what will happen? Definitely, that is not a expected quality. Okay. So either any product that we are going to just like check in the as per the specification, the product what you are expecting, and the production after production you can check the functionality of the product as per your production or not. The functionality of the product as per your expectations or not, as per your expectations or not. So this is the general scenario. And material management. Material management. What is material management? It is concerned for that maybe already we have a concentrate. Suppose when you want to just like start the manufacturing, first of all we need to purchase the raw material. Okay. Material management. This is concerned with that maybe inventory management. Okay. So we need to procure the material for production of maybe 2 months or 3 months or 6 months or 1 year. Okay. So this procurement is not simple, material management. So first of all, what are the material required after maybe just like the order raised by the maybe production department to the purchase department. The purchase department involved in that and identify the what are the materials are required, who are the suppliers of that maybe materials, who are the suppliers of the materials, and when you are going to be procured, and just like start that maybe procurement process like various invite the biddings or tenders and evaluate this all these things, place the order, receiving the material, and again we can check it whether the properly specified the specification of product is as per expectations or not. So these aspects will be concerned with the maybe material management and maintenance of the stock also in the bins or maybe records and concern maybe. So every day it may be consume something. After consumption, what is the stock existing end of the day? Okay, based on that, we need to always maintain that maybe a buffer stock. That is nothing but called as a safety stock. Based on the buffer stock or safety stock, we are going to place the order. When you are going to place that order, when you are going to planning to place that order. So that will be concerned to that maybe material management. Okay, and maintenance management. Maintenance management, if every 1 week, the 1 day is maybe half for just like cleaning of the machines or proper scheduling, maybe scheduling maintenance of that machines, as you know that. So we have Tirumala Dairy also. Every Friday they are closing the production. So because they want to just like continue the production, continue the production without interruptions. For that they are maintaining the machines, cleaning and repairing the machine. That means so preventive maintenance. We can call it preventive maintenance. Okay. So these are the sort of works which are involved in the particularly So these aspects, right? These aspects. Okay. The production operation management, that which we can now we are going to discuss in the terms of production operation management. So what are the operations? Maybe as you know that production we can sometimes call it as a production and sometimes we may call it as a operation. Production is concerned maybe manufacturing of goods. What about the operations? So goods product maybe operations, goods production, maybe farming, mining, and construction, manufacturing, power generation. So these is nothing but concerned as the goods production, storage, transportation, storage transport. So warehousing, maintenance of warehousing, trucking and mail services, moving, taxis, buses, hotels and airlines. This is concerned with maybe storage and transport. Exchange, retailing, wholesaling, banking, renting, leasing, libraries, loans. So these are comes under exchange. Entertainments, film industry, radio, television, concerns and recordings. Okay. Then the last one is communications, newspapers, radio, televisions, and newscasts and telephone, and general other satellite services, other things that we can just consider in that particularly. So these operations, okay, these are the list of operations that we are going to. And the definition of operation management is the management of organizing the production resources and its production systems. Maybe its production, maybe maintenance of the production resources means what is the resources are existing. Maybe we have some resources, man, mission, material, and money, matter. Money, matter. Matter is nothing but called as information. 5 M's are used. So that is the general. These resources are maintained properly when you want to just like smooth running out. And production system means it takes receive that maybe inputs and converts them into the outputs. That is the aspect of production system. So there is a inside there is a part is there conversion process. So which converts that maybe inputs to that maybe outputs. That is nothing but called as a conversion process. Okay. So here so this is the system concept of the production aspect that we are going to discuss here. System concept of production that we are going to discuss here. So what is the system concept of production? What is the system concept of production? As earlier we have discussed that. So it is a production system is maintenance of the resources for converting that maybe inputs to the outputs. Maintenance of resources. Okay. So the difference between inputs and the value of price of outputs is that we can see here. Okay. So here, so this is the that we are going to consider. These are the inputs. So inputs that we are going to consider: man, mission, material, and just like money. And one more thing, just I can add is matter. That is the information. Information. Okay. So that will come maybe just like receive to the transformation or conversion process. There is a box that is conversion. There is an industry or factory service concern or maybe concern, maybe just like related to that one. Okay, which converts the materials using the man, missions, and money. So money is used to just like purchase the material, and money is used to pay the salaries to the men or labor. Money is used to just like purchase that maybe assets like missions. Okay, and that will generate that maybe outputs. That will generate the outputs. So what are the outputs that we have? Maybe goods and services. Goods and services. Goods and services. Goods and services. Okay. Now we are going to receive the material. We start the conversion process. Conversion process. So conversion process means, so as you know that various stages are there. First thing is, so receive the raw material and just like check the raw material as per the specifications or not, and capacity planning of the resources. And once it is maybe proper scheduling for maybe line balancing techniques that we are using it, and just like whether it is a mass production or batch production, we can classify it. Based on that we can identify so which is the general process scenario that we can convert it. Okay, and concerned with that maybe aggregate planning, material requirement planning, and project management, everything will be comes under transformation, which will convert maybe just we can just like outlook terms are maybe input materials and outputs. So the input materials which are converted, definitely it may be value added process. Value added process. Some value is added to the input material. Some value is added to the input materials. So here we know that. So this term which is value added, the ones the input materials which are maybe passes through the transformation, definitely some value is added. Definitely it converts maybe outputs, right? And there must be the lines which are concerned, maybe the lines which are concerned with it. So maybe just like these are maybe a controlling system. Controlling system means, so what are the inputs we are receiving? That maybe what are the outputs we are going to just like generate. Okay, so we know that the ratio of outputs by inputs, that we can call as a productivity. Ratio of inputs by outputs. So how many inputs we are going to receive? How many outputs that we are going to generate? What are the wastages are existing? Okay, if you are not properly concentrated wastages, definitely the production process which we are going to concern in that one is not good. That's why, so there is a mismatch between that maybe output, the ratio of outputs to the inputs. Okay, if the ratio of outputs to the inputs is equals to 1, when it is equals to 1, the outputs must be equals to inputs. All the inputs will be able to convert. Of course, it is not 100% possible. Okay, definitely some of that material, some of the sources will be wasted. So that's why that productivity may be a 100% productivity. The efficiency of the production system is 100%. To check that the production system efficiency effectively. So definitely we need to concentrate. We need to concentrate the controlling aspects of these production systems. Controlling concern may be quality control, production planning control. Okay, So these aspects we can concentrate, because you know that sometimes if you are not controlled, that the right material cannot be